Hello, everyone. I'm here to review a dinosaur book that I got back on my birthday, February 4th, last month, called All Yesterdays. And this is a really classic book in the 2010s, somewhere between 2012 to 2014. And obviously, here are the authors: John Conway, C.M. Kosman. I'm sorry to pronounce his name, and Darry Naish. Obviously, Darry Naish is a very popular paleontologist in the UK and other parts of the world, and also chief and supervisor of Prehistoric Planet. Artwork or with skeletal illustrations by Scott Hartman. And Scott Hartman is a really good paleo artist when it comes to the skeleton structures on dinosaurs. And let's take a look. Got a Hesperornis, it looks like. Keep that in mind. I'm not going to review all too much, but I'll do what I can. Here's the Charles All Knight artwork, how we used to predict dinosaurs. Here's introduction with Dr. Darry Naish. Pause the video if you want to read it for yourself. Yeah. Really nice. Here's a Tyrannosaurus Rex artwork by Scott Hartman. Yep. Here's some paleo artists as well that Darry Naish mentioned, like Bob Nicholson. I'm sorry to pronounce his name. Jason Burkett. I'm sorry to pronounce some of their names. Emily Willoughby and Mark Whitten. These are some of the paleo artists. Yeah. This Rex artwork, even though this artwork reminds me of Scott Hartman's, does remind me of Greg Paul's artwork a little bit, of these two T-Rexes that are like running around. They have the same exact pose style, I believe. And yeah, there's Xenosaurus. The goofy alien artwork. Oh yeah, this guy, he's the artist of Alien Planet, of that book, and the art style from Alien Planet, the documentary film. I mean, the documentary. Holy crap, on the Discovery Channel. Yeah, holy crap. I recognize that art style. Speculative evolution. Here's a theropod that looks like a crane or something. I don't know. A thingamajiggy crane. A mosasaur. Of course, pause and read it for yourself. As Dark Pterosaur with a crane or stork. Archosaurs are rolling reptiles, dinosaurs, crocodiles, and all other their relatives. Yep. And here's a blank piece if you want to draw. Since I'm not an artist, I can't draw, but I'm not an artist. Oh, the popular speculative of Abelisaurs, Carnotaurus with the little thing, like things on its arms, and a Majungasaurus with a dewlap. Here's Carnotaurus skeleton, Scott Hartman. Interesting. Arms can be used for anything. Who knows? Oh, Elasmosaurs. Doing the display. This is like a throwback of the Prehistoric Planet episode when these plesiosaur. I think those were elasmosaurs that are like sticking their necks up like this. Yeah, and this one too, with the Carnotaurus with Prehistoric Planet as well with the throwback. Anuithnathus getting hunted by a millipede. There's also mentioning about David Peters of his bullcrap calculations, which is true because David Peters is, well, he's full of it, let's just say. Neuronathus, members of the bull. Our neonathids are thought to be lived like insect-eating bats, small bodies. Interesting. Yeah, it sucks to be a Neuronathus. Eaten by other dinosaurs, other reptiles, mammals, insects, spiders, and centipedes like we see here. Not millipedes, centipedes. I don't know what the heck I'm saying. An Allosaurus and Camptosaurus. This is a really popular artwork. I've seen people use this image a lot in the book. Pretty much predator and prey, just not doing active stuff. They're just hanging out, being cool. Be like, what up? Or something. Allosaurus artwork, Scott Hartman. With this part being Scott Hartman. Tenontosaurus. Yeah, and he actually shows that Tenontosaurus was a formidable animal, which is true because Tenontosaurus was a really, really big, powerful animal. Deinonychus would not mess around because look at the thick tail and the pure muscleness. So yeah. Hypsilophodon. Yeah, that is possible that, herbivores can eat meat sometimes because they need that protein diet. And I even had some speculation about ceratopsians just eating bones, but who knows? But herbivores can eat meat as much as predators do, and carnivores can eat fruit or plants since they need vitamins. A oviraptor with a thingy-majiggy. I cannot show you guys this because I don't want to get, I don't want to get a strike or anything. But yeah. And then there's like another image that a Stegosaurus, that's bull stegosaurus trying to mount a Hepkiocanthosaurus, which is a small sauropod from the Morrison. Let's just say that they're doing it out. Yeah, doing it out. And yeah, they did show like of elephant behavior, which is true because elephants, well, they do like to, you know what, and they do it to rhinos today to show dominance or showing, well, they're in a mood. So dinosaurs could do the same thing, like this Stegosaurus right here, with this poor, innocent, small sauropod. And I bet even large sauropods could even do this too, to even a stegosaurus, which I highly doubt it, because they would crush, it would crush the poor stegosaurus's weight. But yeah. Playing behavior, or playing in mud. Yeah, this scene does remind me of the Rapidosaurs that were rolling in mud and stuff. Camarasaurus, a large sauropod. But yeah. At first I thought this was like a youngster for some reason. Like a young Camarasaurus. Like just... And I thought it was just like rolling in mud just for... Well, just to get rid of like ticks or bugs or whatever. But no. It's just playing behavior, which, yeah, reptiles, they do. For some reason, I thought they don't, but they do. Reptiles do play. And since birds play as well, yeah. Dinosaurs play. Here's my favorite of Scott Hartman's artwork. The T-Rex. Sleeping Stan. Showing that, well, Tyrannosaurus is not like a pure bloodthirsty monster, apex predator roaring at the top of its lungs, quote unquote, and meme was born. Showing that it can sleep. Yep. Like all animals do. I mean, all animals need to sleep. Especially dinosaurs like Tyrannosaurus. They do need to sleep. Here's Protoceratops climbing some trees. Jump at the moon at night. Goats sometimes. Although, Protoceratops climbing trees. Although, we don't know, but it is kind of interesting speculative behavior if Protoceratops and other smaller dinosaurs can do this. Of course, obviously a T-Rex can't, or a Triceratops or whatever, but yeah. Camouflaging Majungasaurus. And yeah, dinosaurs would camouflage. Like, they could probably roll in mud to, yeah, they could probably roll in mud just to like, hide from predators or to sneak up on a prey animal like this Majungasaurus right here. Like, I could see it, like, rolling in mud and just waiting for it, and then it could strike. As you can see, here's the head of the Majungasaurus. Here's the body of the Majungasaurus. At first, I couldn't even find it, but back then, but I did. It's right over here. And here's a plesiosaur. Obviously, it would have to come up for air. It can't, like, hide forever. Ouranosaurus. Yeah, showing that, sailbacks probably did not had, sails that, but they would have had humps, like we see right here with this Ouranosaurus. At first, I thought that it looked very infected looking for some reason. When the first time I saw this, I'm like, what in the hell? But no, this is just bumps, just osteoderms. Interesting. Really chunky Parasaurolophus. Fatter than we think. Paleontologist Greg Paul agreed that those. Even though that Greg Paul is kind of a hypocrite, but he came up with the idea of the shrink wrapping thing or something. Although, maybe they did it a bit too much, but still. Maybe this is a hypothetical captive hadrosaurs, maybe, or something. Oh, pretty cool. Big dewlap on its throat. The Lambeosaurus. There's Xenosaurus. Very popular image right here. Heterodontosaurus with spiky tail, porcupine, spiky tail, thingamajiggy. Really cool. Skeleton reconstruction. Leonosaura. Thin tails. But wait, didn't Leonosaura still had a thick tail though? Not like rat-like tails, but like a thick tail. Like almost like kind of like a lemur-like tail-ish. I don't know. Microraptor building nests. Which, yeah, that is true because they are flying dinosaurs and they probably would make nests like birds would do today. Like robins and cardinals and things like that. Triceratops. Spiky hairs. A spiky Triceratops. Yeah. Early depiction of how we saw in dinosaurs. Look like. And here's a hypothetical like scenario and like how aliens discovered modern animals. All today's. Here we have a zebra. A shrink-wrapped zebra. A cat, because it said so you're, shrink-wrapping. At first, I thought this was a monkey for some reason. I don't know why I thought it was a monkey, but no, this is confirmed to be a cat. Killer cats. With the iguana-like spike. A Gorgonopsin hippo thing, like a Gorgonopsid horse. Oh, yeah. Only the skull of hippopotamus is known to yet enough to tell this apex predator was the most dangerous of its period long like, it does look kind of Gorgonopsian-like. I don't know why. Yeah, here's a cow. I thought this was like a wildebeest or something, but no, this is a cow, a shrink-wrapped cow. A rhino. It says here, it says rhino. Yep, we're a rhinoceros. Spider monkey. Alien spider monkey. Oh, I didn't see it has a tail. I thought it didn't have a tail for a second, but no, it has a tail. A frog? Or, no, a toad. At first, I thought this was a pterosaur and, yeah, a pterosaur with a gallimimus or something. Or, no, Struthiomimus. Because, like, the coloring of this looks like exactly like the Struthiomimus from Land Before Time 2. The Great Valley Adventure. Like, no joke. Like, the colors look exactly like, oh, who are those characters from Land Before Time 2? Yeah, let me know in the comments. But no, these are birds. Flying birds. Swans. Killer swans. And a hairy iguana otter thing. Hornbills. Ring-necked rabbit. Mythology myth is 1999. A cow rabbit with short ears. At first I thought these were cats or something. No, they're rabbits. And a manatee. A social manatee is showing grazing its mountain home. We only know the skull. This... Python. And an elephant. That is one freaky elephant. Freaky elephant. Whales. Sperm whale. No, wait. No, this is a sperm whale. This is, I think this is, some other whale. No, this is bowhead whale. I'm sorry. Sperm whale. Oh, I will. Dumbass me. Venomous baboon. I've seen this picture a lot, many times. There's actually someone, a figure that they did, and then they send it to Darian Nash and stuff. Like, it's pretty damn cool that they drew that, like, as a meme. Well, a figure statue as a kind of a meme. Well, baboons are venomous. I'm just joking. Oh, and here's the David Peters interview, how they're hummingbird vampires, that, like, he said that, oh, some pterosaurs are venomous. Yep, says David Peters claimed that he had discovered rattlesnake fangs and other warm-blooded things, and egg-sucking lifestyle, a small a pterosaur known as Jacalops. However, Peters' contrively research methods involved in the computer. Yeah. This is why don't listen to David Peters, like Darian Nash said. Do not listen to him. Do not listen to him. Oh my god. Homo sapien reptile thing, majiggy. Or salamander thing? Yeah. In a way, this book is educational, but it is funny. Like, it is pretty funny. And here's a pterosaur. And here's that. And here are some pictures if people want to read. I mean, if people want to draw, which unfortunately I am not an artist, so yeah. But maybe someone can draw something for me in the future. And yeah, that's pretty much it of All Days Yesterdays. This is a really classic. Well, this is a very popular book of the 2010 eras. This book is still very popular. You guys can get this book on Amazon. It's actually a pretty cheap book. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy All Days Yesterdays, and hope you guys have this book.